Hey, Coach Lora Erickson with blonderunner.com. I wanted to answer some questions about swimming today, and particularly breathing while swimming. A lot of beginners struggle to breathe when they first start, and I remember my first experience, I didn't get all the way across the pool before I had to gasp for air. Part of the problem is just getting there and relaxing. So a lot of beginner swimmers are very anxious to swim. The thing that we tend to do when we're anxious is hold our breath. So the thing you want to do is make sure you exhale. Same thing with scuba diving. You never want to hold your breath. Exhale. And exhaling, what I like to call it is bubbling. So breathing out your mouth and nose and bubbling while you're swimming is really important, and having an even flow. Another thing that's really valuable is to make sure that you exhale before you try to inhale. I see a lot of beginner swimmers try to exhale and inhale while they're on their side, and they don't have enough time, and they often put their head up. And that's not necessarily good either. So make sure you're breathing out, breathing out, breathing out. When you're ready to take a breath, then you roll to take that breath, making sure our head is, the top of our head is staying down, and we're getting that breath with the mouth. Another thing to think about is, where is our oxygen going? If we are utilizing all our oxygen, then we're not going to be able to, or have to breathe more often. So over kicking is another issue that I see with beginners. So slow that kick, even use a pull buoy if you need to eliminate that kick, and then just worry about breathing. When you start, another thing to do is to create a breathing pattern. You can do this by holding onto the side of the pool, breathing out, doing that bubbling we were talking about with the out of the mouth and nose. And then when you've expelled all your air, drop your arm and then breathe in. And that can be done on the side. Once you develop a pattern, then go ahead and try to swim across the pool. Another thing I would say is choose, with my beginner swimmers, I just have them choose one side or another. So swim and breathe only on the right side or on the left side, just when you get started, and breathe every other time, and see how that works for you. A lot of beginner swimmers do really good with bilateral breathing, which is breathing on both sides, and that helps you rotate to breathe as well. Another thing point I wanted to make is you have to get comfortable with having some water in your mouth. You'd kind of breathe over the water, if you will. So you're not going to get your face completely out of the water every time you breathe. So if you get a little more comfortable with that, you should have a little more success with breathing. So until next time, swim well.